On the latest episode of Real Time with Bill Maher, he gave his take on the difference between Republicans and Democrats. Take a look.
Politics in this country is binary. You have to wear everything anyone on your side does. Republicans are the party of don't wear masks, kids in cages, lock her up, and Democrats are the party of every hypersensitive social justice warrior, woke story in the news.
She's probably been put in there because according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is.
Get ready for a political smackdown like no other. Bill Maher is not holding back. In today's polarized circus, it feels like picking a side means memorizing every slogan in the book. On one end, you've got Republicans shouting, "No masks," and "Lock her up." On the other, Democrats waving the flag of emotional outrage and viral social justice headlines. But last week, things got wild. Bill Maher set his sights on Joy Behar and roasted her so hard the internet lit up. And, trust me, this wasn't just a jab. It was a full-on takedown that left woke Twitter in full meltdown mode. What did Behar say that pushed Maher over the edge? And how did he flip the script so savagely that people are still picking their jaws up off the floor? We've got every savage clapback, every brutal truth bomb, and every second of the chaos. Grab your snacks. This is going to be a wild one you do not want to miss.
She's probably been put in there because according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is.
I want to be clear, though, it's not her first job. It was her first press briefing. She worked in the previous Trump administration.
You've probably seen the clip by now, so we'll skip the long recap. In short, Joy Behar took a cheap shot at Caroline Leavitt's intelligence, claiming she only landed her role as Trump's press secretary because she's a size 10. Yep, in Joy's world, dress size apparently beats experience. The irony, Behar has been dishing out wild, unqualified hot takes for years, all while nobody questions her credentials. Even when co-host Alyssa tried to step in and remind her of Leavitt's actual qualifications, Joy just brushed it off. And that, of course, lit a fire under Bill Maher, triggering one of his trademark scorched earth clapbacks.
Yeah, but isn't it interesting that it's called, I don't think they meant this when Barbara Walters invented it a long time ago, but it's The View.
Well,
that's the problem in America.
But
there is one view,
right, and
one
that's clearly
true opinion, and everybody else can go sit in the corner.
You've got to respect Bill Maher's brutal honesty. He says, The View isn't really about multiple perspectives. It's one voice, one narrative, and anything else gets tossed out. And leading that echo chamber, Joy Behar. The moment Alyssa Farah Griffin offered a fair take on Caroline Leavitt, Joy shut it down like it was treason. In her world, disagreeing isn't just wrong, it's offensive. Maher's not buying it, and honestly, neither are a lot of viewers.
Politics in this country is binary. You have to wear everything anyone on your side does. Republicans are the party of don't wear masks, kids in cages, lock her up, and Democrats are the party of every hypersensitive social justice warrior, woke story in the news. They're the party that disappears people or tries to make them apologize for ridiculous things.
Maher's not just going after Joy Behar, he's dragging the entire Democratic Party. And he's got a point. If Caroline Leavitt had been appointed by a Democrat, Joy would have been raving about her brilliance and calling her the future of America. But because she's tied to Trump, suddenly it's all about her dress size. That's the level of discourse we're getting from The View. And let's be real. If anyone else reduced a woman's worth to her looks, Joy would demand an apology tour. But when it's her side, crickets. Maher's not alone here either. Even Greg Gutfeld has chimed in, calling out her double standards.
Is she really a 10? We'll
Don't
be right
do
back.
it.
No,
I noticed Jesse was a 7.
Joy Behar calls her a 10. I mean, how dare she objectify a woman with a rating system, but it's such a typical thing from a 1.5.
Greg Gutfeld didn't hold back. And honestly, he nailed it. Joy Behar, reducing Caroline. Leavitt's qualifications to her looks sends the message that no woman can rise on merit unless she's a Democrat. Flip the script. And Behar would be demanding cancellations if someone made the same comment about a liberal woman. What's worse? The same DEI crowd that claims to champion merit and equality suddenly goes quiet when their side stoops to shallow attacks. Meanwhile, Levitt's out there holding her own at the White House podium, proving she's more than capable. But instead of credit, she gets petty shots. As Gutfeld joked, maybe it's jealousy. Behar's about 1.5 light years from a perfect 10, which could explain the bitterness.
Ever-empowering feminist Joy herself, everyone. And this is why, of course, she's on The View and not working for the most powerful man in the world, because Caroline would wipe the floor with you bitter banshees any day.
A new report just confirmed what some of us already guessed. Joy Behar might be a little jealous. While Caroline Levitt is confidently handling press briefings at the White House, Behar's still arguing over laughs on a talk show. To Joy, Levitt's too young and too conservative to be taken seriously. But let's be honest, if she were a 25-year-old liberal, Behar would be praising her as a rising star. Instead, she's dismissed as just a pretty face. Maybe it's frustrating for Joy to see someone so young and sharp succeeding without playing by her rules. And if you think that's a stretch, remember, Behar once called it misogyny just for not liking Kamala Harris's laugh.
What really ticks me off about him, though, is this laughing Kamala remark. It's such a remark, because a guy I was with over the weekend, a friend of mine, they said Kamala's laugh annoys me. Remember they said that about Hillary's laugh, that she was cackling. And men, you know, they don't like a funny woman. We're afraid if you laugh or you make a joke, that maybe you'll do that when they're in bed with you. It's like this fear.
Honestly, no one should be surprised. The ladies of The View are practically known for tossing out wild takes like it's their trademark. Sometimes it feels like they're just throwing words together to see what sticks. Take Joy Behar, for example. She actually suggested that not liking a woman's laugh somehow means you're afraid of women. Like, seriously. That's not an argument. That's word salad. No wonder Ben Shapiro didn't let it slide. He saw the nonsense for what it was and called her out immediately.
What now? So if you don't like Kamala Harris's weird cackling, it's because you fear her in the boudoir?
Huh?
That's a theory there, Joy. I feel like, given her personal history, I mean, Willie Brown and all, that's probably not what people are thinking about Kamala Harris when they are thinking about that type of activity, but sure, go with that.
Ben Shapiro said it best. Disliking Kamala Harris's laugh doesn't mean you fear women. It just means her laugh is annoying. Simple as that. Not every critique is some grand act of misogyny, but try telling that to the woke mob. They'll twist even a harmless comment into a charge of sexism, racism, or whatever ism fits the narrative. If you don't worship their favorite figures, you're suddenly the villain. Dislike a laugh? Misogynist? Question a policy? Bigot? Drink your coffee black? Careful, that might be next. It's all about slapping labels on dissent to shut it down. Because if they ever had to defend their ideas in a fair debate, they'd lose.
This idea that Trump won with some kind of mandate is not true. I mean, we have information there. He beat Kamala Harris by 1.6%. Joe Biden beat Trump by 4.5%, and nobody said it was a mandate. So get that out of your lips, out of your mouth. These people were saying it's a mandate. It's not a mandate.
Joy Behar, once again, is very confused. The reason that Trump is said to have a mandate here is not because he won the election by 1.6%. He didn't win the election by 1.6%. He won the election in a landslide. He got 312 electoral votes.
Michael Knowles is breaking down her points one by one. Every claim she made is being proven wrong. It's surprising she still defends herself after that. Let's see what he says next.
Electoral votes is what determines who wins the presidential election. He only needed 270 to win, and he got 312. Totally destroyed Kamala Harris. That number, the 1.6 or 1.8% that she's referencing, is the popular vote. Trump also won the popular vote. First time a Republican's done that in 20 years.
Huge.
Democrats have an advantage in the popular vote because Republicans generally don't campaign in the big Democrat states, New York and California, because the Democrats are going to win it anyway. It's a waste of campaign dollars and time.
Once again, Joy Behar is on full display, showing off her lack of insight, while Michael Knowles methodically dismantles her misguided points. It's been nearly 3 months since Trump's election victory. Yet Behar and the Democrats remain stuck in denial, trapped in the early stages of grief with no signs of moving on. Instead of facing reality, they cling to every conspiracy and wild claim, even calling for Hillary's lost emails to undermine Trump's historic win. But every time they try to spin their narrative, sharp minds like Bill Maher and Michael Knowles quickly expose their hypocrisy. You'd think after so many public blunders, they'd gain some self-awareness, but clearly, that's not the case on The View. This was Joy on The View.
This was Joy on The View on Friday.
What was your reaction? Well, my reaction was I was at Costco buying, 10 boxes of Keurig coffee, and my watch started to buzz, and I got so excited I started leaking a little bit.
Just when you didn't think you could be more upset, you have to picture Joy Behar's vagina.
At last, someone finally puts Joy in her place. It's downright repulsive that Behar ever thought that drivel was worth airing. Now, let's check out what these ladies had to say next.
I'm sorry.
Leaking at a Costco.
I don't want it. I didn't want any of the events that happened late last week. What's going on? Why? There's such a thing as TMI. There really is. It was inappropriate. She's inappropriate. It was disgusting, and no one wants to be thinking about that. But on the larger point, that's how rabid they are. It literally caused her to pee her pants. She was so excited to see Donald Trump convicted, like a 3-year-old seeing Goofy at Disney for the first time.
Megyn Kelly fired a sharp comeback at Joy Behar. She joked that Behar got so upset over Trump's conviction that she had an accident at Costco. In the frozen food aisle, Kelly didn't hold back, saying Trump is clearly living rent-free in Behar's head and even her body. If a conservative had a mishap like that, Behar would have made fun of them for weeks. But when it happens to her, it's seen as some kind of protest. Maybe Behar should worry less about Trump and more about keeping it together.